Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the fossil minigame in Starbound. So as you can see on the screen, there's me on a mining trip just out searching for a few fossils and doing the minigame. So at the moment you can see me uncovering the first of them. This is my first time I've ever seen it. I've just built myself some excavation brushes. And the basic aim of it is, with the tools you have, so some dynamite and then two types of pickaxe or kind of hammers, is to get rid of all the stone, and then you can use your brush to brush off all the dirt which you see below that I'm doing now. The ultimate aim is to discover the entirety of the fossil. So as you can see here, I've done 10 out of 16 pieces, and it's kind of like a kind of Tetris in the way you have to manipulate the blocks that you place down to be able to get the most efficient and largest area. You've got to be really careful though, because if any of these tools go onto any of the bones, just like that, it ruins the bones and your excavation has failed. So it's very important to try and plan out what you're going to do. This is my second try. This is probably about 5-10 minutes after the last, so they're not too rare. I mean, you've got a lot of opportunity to practice and just kind of get used to it, so don't feel like when you failed the first one that you've failed in life. It took me quite a few goes to get the hang of it and finally get my first bone. Some of these puzzles, if you're looking to do it correct and uncover the fossil, can take some time, so just kind of wall off the area that you're going to be working in, because you can see at the bottom there are still monsters walking about the place. Another thing about uncovering fossils, which is kind of an added bonus if you not particularly interested in just the fossils, is that you have a chance of finding a chest in the excavation site that you're working on, which you can, if you play it right and use your blocks most efficiently, you can uncover along with the fossil, which can give you some good loot. At the moment, as you can just see, the bottom right corner of the chest and the top left, just discovered a small chest there. So if you manage to fully uncover this fossil, you would get the loot inside the chest as well. So that's just an added bonus for kind of doing it, more of an incentive rather than a bonus, I guess, for people who may not be interested in displaying fossils around their house in display cases. I found that the easiest way to do these type of puzzles is to get a pad of paper and a pen and sketch out or draw out a grid in which you plot out all the stone and where the possible fossils are, and you kind of you plan out where you're going to put your dynamite and hammers, so you can kind of, that way you trial and error it or you do it mathematically until you have the right code, so you make sure, or the right combination, so you make sure that you don't get anything wrong, because there is no back button on, of course, Starbound, but in real life where you're on the paper, you can just sketch out a new grid. So at the moment I'm using the basic brush. You don't really need some of the well, I haven't found any particular kind of, there is a benefit of having the higher tier brushes, but you can get along and get a few good fossils with the default one that you can see I've got up on the toolbar. I'll be showing you the machine that you use and what materials you need to build the different types of brushes. So far in this video I've only used the basic brush, and I managed to get one fossil at the end. This was the final of the fossils that I found on my about an hour, maybe hour and a half mining trip, so there are quite a few, and I had some practice by now, as you've seen in the previous ones, where it was only really the first few that I failed and the others were just incomplete. So I got the pad of paper out by now and was kind of trying to think it out in my head how I would do it, and kind of predicting where the fossils would be. So this one I actually managed to complete, and I got a torso. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the pieces to a much bigger creature, which if I wanted to I could build a display case. Now we're back at my base, and this is the tool station in which you can build the 3 different types of brushes. I was using the first, along with the different stands, which you can put one fossil or small creatures, and then the top one, which is a fully grown creature that you'll find. So I found the torso. You would then find other parts which you'd then put into this one display case to make a full scale body